Hi guys, and welcome back to another Metal Roast review, and today we're going to be looking at the latest release from UK deathcore downtempo project Bound in Fear called Eternal. So this is the second release from the band after their highly acclaimed album Hand of Violence, which came back out in 2019, which showed off the capabilities of what the UK downtempo scene can bring to the table. And overall, it was mind-blowing. It was heavy, it was brutal, it had groove, it had a lot of atmosphere, a lot of energy and integrity to it. And here we are with their follow-up EP, Eternal. Now, before I really get into the music side of it, first of all, I gotta give props to the artwork of it. That is just so intricately done, it is so detailed, and it has that sort of thing where every time you look at it, you sort of can see something new in the image. So if you do have the image in front of you, you're going to be gazing upon it for a while. A lot of these comments I can say the same for their 2019 release, Hand of Violence. Now, to get into the music portion of it, this is a pretty standard down-tempo affair where we've got breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. We have sub-drops, we have really cool build-ups, but we also get some elements from other metal genres to sort of garnish this breakdown of sanity. Such elements as blast beats that are more of the black metal side, similarly with the vocal performances as well, bringing more black and death metal feel to it. And in some sections we go all the way into the rabbit hole with full-blown slammy gutturals, which just sound insane to me. The vocalist Ben Mason is front and center on this, and he is so articulate, he is so aggressive and so violent on his vocal delivery that it feels like I'm listening to a rabid dog. It is terrifying to listen to, but it's oh so beautiful at the same time. And then this is on top of a very strong foundation of musicianship and instrumentation, where the drums are big and massive. They have their role and they're doing that to the best of their ability. And on top of that, we have a nice deep sounding bass to provide all that low end that we always know and love. And then the guitars are just these massive, insane sounding beasts with a guitar tone that I found to be very unique to this band, and it's very engaging and it's very refreshing to hear. The songs themselves are really insane. 22 minutes of absolute punishing brutality, with each track bringing their own sort of small subtleties about themselves to distinguish them between all the tracks. However, with all that being said, I did sort of find myself thinking after about the second track that I had heard pretty much everything this band had to offer. And unfortunately, by the end of the album, I just had confirmation on that notion. So in that sense, I kind of wish there was a bit more variety to the tracks. Doing the review of Mice and Men, I think last week, even though they only had 3 tracks on their entire EP, they were still able to provide a lot of intricate, subtle ideas that made each track very distinct in their own nature. However, does that make this a bad album? Not at all. It is still a really fun listen. The mix is solid. This was done by Keir Campbell, who's also the bass player of the band, and he did a phenomenal job where every instrument is doing their role and is doing it so goddamn well. When it comes to my favorite track on the album, I think the opener, Cardinal Sin, was just so on point, and every track following that had their own thing going for it that I really enjoyed as well. Whether it be the atmosphere in Left to Drown or the more melodic breakdown sections in Ever Black, they all had a moment on their tracks that I thought this was amazing. So when it comes to my verdict for this album, I gotta say it's a solid, fun 22-minute listen that with a length like that, there's no real excuse not to listen to this album, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this holds up against everything else that comes out this year. With all that being said, I'm going to be giving this EP 8 out of 10. So those are my thoughts on the album. Write down below, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you not? If you like this video, give it a like. And if you loved it, go ahead, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date on all the content on this channel. But without further ado, all I'm going to say is thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.